Hey guys, this is Mike from LuminLights, and one of you had called in and asked us about the difference between our Hybrid Gobo Spot 60 and our Hybrid Gobo Spot 150 Gobo lights. And here they are. The unit you're looking at to the left of your screen is the Hybrid Gobo Spot 60, and the one on the right is the Hybrid Gobo Spot 150. Just showing real quick little size comparison. They're pretty much identical. The 150 is just a little bit higher if you look at the side brackets here and here, just a little bit taller than the 160. Other than that, the housing of the light is the same size. The housing of the base is the same size. Just the arm is a little bit larger on the 150. But we've had questions about, can I see a comparison of the 150 next to the 160? So we're going to do that right now, showing you first the central gobo beam, which is the center lens right here. And we'll show you a white spot as well as some different colors so you can see the difference in brightness. And then we'll do a comparison turning that off and just showing you the brightness of the outer rings. Now remember, the 60 watt unit has a 60 watt white LED light source for the central beam. And these outside bulbs are tri-LEDs, 3 colors, RGB, and it's 1 watt per color, so it's 3 watts per bulb. The 150 watt Gobo Hybrid has a 150 watt central beam, and the outside tri-LEDs are 3 watts per color, making each bulb 9 watts. So 60 watt central beam, 150 watt central beam, 3 watt tri-LED each bulb, 9 watt tri-LED each bulb. Now let's take a look at the brightness. So to start with, we're going to start with a white spot. Now I focused these with the electronic focusing, so we got a nice razor sharp edge on the beam. And this spot you're looking at is the 60 watt hybrid gobo beam, or gobo spot. Now we're going to turn on the 150 for a comparison. And that is right here. Now here's the 150 hybrid gobo spot. As you can see, it's much brighter. Again, we're talking the difference of a 60 watt bulb versus a 150 watt LED bulb. Now let's do some colors so you can see some comparison. There's red. And there's red. Let's go to our next color, green. And on the 150, green. And we'll end up finishing up with blue for colors. Excuse me, yellow. Where's blue? There's blue. And on the 60 watt, blue. So that's a comparison of the central spot, and now let's move on to looking at the brightness comparison of the outer ring. One other thing worth mentioning that you may ask or not be asking is, why is the 60 watt hybrid gobo spot have a smaller beam angle, thus a smaller circle on the wall, than the 150 watt? And the reason being is, with a lower wattage white light, you've got less power. If you did a wider beam angle, the circle, I could make it just as big as the 150 watt gobo spot, hybrid gobo spot, but it would be a lot dimmer. So when you have a small light source, you have to decrease the beam angle to get more light out of it. We have a 150 watt hybrid gobo spot, the one on the left. We can make a bigger circle because we've got more power and more light. Let's move on now to testing the outer rings of the wash bulbs and compare the brightness. This is the 150 watt hybrid gobo spot. I'm going to turn that off and then we'll test the 60 watt. There's our 60 watt. Let's go to our next color, which we've selected as red. That's the red wash lights, the ring of lights around the central beam. That's the Hybrid Gobo 60. Now let's turn this off and go to the 150. And there's the red on the 150. Again, as you can see, much brighter. Alright, let's turn that off. Okay, there's white on the wash lights on the 60 watt beam. I'm going to turn that off and we'll go to the 150 watt Gobo Spot. Okay, so that was the Hybrid Gobo 60 with the outer ring wash light set to white. Now let's compare that to the 150 watt Hybrid Gobo Spot with the outer ring wash light set to white. And again, much brighter. Once again, just to recap, 150 watt Hybrid Gobo beam has a 150 watt LED light source at its center lens. The 60 watt Hybrid Gobo Spot has a 60 watt LED light source at its central lens. The outer ring LED wash bulbs on the 60 watt are tri-LEDs, 1 watt per color, 3 watts per bulb. The 150 watt Hybrid Gobo beam has 9 watt tri-LED wash bulbs around the central lens, 3 watts per color. Enjoy, hope this helped.